like the speed of sound.
Hello everybody, WB Kyle here, and welcome back to another Hardcore Games episode. Today, me and Mike were playing together, and we both went the Hermit kit. So right off the beginning, we get a bunch of mushrooms, and I just get a wood sword early on because I didn't have much time. So we start tracking right away, and Mike actually gives me a stone sword, so either way, it was no big deal. So we find this guy, he starts to run away, maybe he was scared of a team of two or something. But yeah, then he turns around here, and Mike just gets a couple shots in, and he dies very easily. Maybe he misclicked his super or something. I'm not quite sure what happened there. But yeah, after that kill, we continue hunting. And we find this one guy right here. And then, as soon as I turn to my right, I see another guy with a furnace, and I was thinking maybe he had some iron in it, so I thought he might be my primary target. But turns out he knows how to fight back, and he kind of gives me the combo for a little bit here. But then when Mike finally shows up, he starts to run away, maybe trying to refill, not quite sure. But me and him just chase him down for a little while. I don't have any soup in my hotbar, so I know as soon as I find him, I'm going to have to refill. So he stops right here, and I just go for the easy refill. He has to run away, but Mike catches up to him pretty easily. He wasn't really sprint jumping the whole time, and he kept going up hills. So Mike just gets a few more hits, and he finally takes him out right there. So early on in the game, Mike was getting most of the kills, but you know, I was doing some work. I see this guy over here. He didn't look like he had anything, so I hit him once, and he falls to his death in the ravine. So I go down, hoping he had some nice stuff, and it turns out he may have been a pro, and he didn't have any loot because he probably just respawned. So yeah, I start mining in that ravine, and I actually managed to get my full iron. And this is where me and Mike part ways. He went hunting, I went mining because he wanted to do his own thing. So yeah, I get out of the ravine after I managed to get full iron, and I find this mini feast here. I thought it might be good to try to get a diamond sword or something, or at least some enchants, and I enchant my iron sword, get sharpness 1 right there. And since I already had full iron, I was going to give the 9 iron to Mike whenever we meet up, and I eventually do give it to him. The zombie tries to be sneaky behind me, but it does not work. It actually took me a really long time to get a level 1 enchant on the iron chestplate. I'm not quite sure why, but it just did. So yeah, I take the enchantment table and I try to move on with my life because I can't spend all day gathering resources. Yeah, so I go collect some more mushrooms in this swamp here just because I didn't have very much. And eventually I end up finding this village too. I actually find a lot of lucky things in this game. I found the mini feast, I found that ravine with a ton of iron, I end up finding this village. I don't get too much from this village. It didn't look like it was raided, surprisingly, because it was pretty far into the game already. It did have a blacksmith, but all it had was a few saplings and a saddle or something like that. I think it had gold horse armor too. We'll see right here. Yeah, just some saplings, nothing really useful that'll help me win the game. But at least I have some bread now. They had no carrots, otherwise I would have taken carrots. But bread is probably better for saturation too, I think. And right beside the village, guess what there is? Oh yeah, just to add to my luck, a desert temple. So I go in, but it actually had already been raided. So yeah, that's unfortunate. There was a dirt pillar, so I didn't even bother going down. I figured whoever got there already got all the stuff. So yeah, I just continue tracking, and this is the point where me and Mike were going to meet up again. But as I'm tracking, I get hit from behind. This guy with the diamond sword starts fighting me. He gets a pretty good combo there, but I'm block hitting, so he's not doing too much damage to me. It's a really good idea to block hit when you're in close quarters like this where you can't really combo people. But yeah, I get a quick refill in, and he actually starts to run away right here. So I was just trying to get the few last hits on him, but he manages to get away, and he just disappears right there. I wasn't really sure where he ended up going. For a sec, I thought he was Spectre, and he just went invisible. But yeah, I wasn't quite sure what happened here. And then, after a while, me and Mike just derp around. Someone poisons Mike, and we have no clue where it was. Again, I thought it was him being a Spectre, and he threw poison from somewhere. But then he's like, "Hey, Kyle, guess what? Look up, bud." And I look up, and just a second here, you guys will see. And bam, there's a tower right above us. And one of the guys was actually a stomper, so we are very lucky we didn't get stomped on there. Yeah, so he was throwing poison potions from above, and he must have gotten maged up from his friend before. But yeah, some pretty crazy stuff. So yeah, later on, me and Mike separate for another minute, and I'm like, "Hey, Mike, I got you an iron sword." But yeah, Mike ended up getting stomped by the other guy. Unfortunately, I didn't actually notice in game. He had to tell me in Skype. He's like, "I just died." I'm like, "Wait, what are you talking about, man? I got you an iron sword. How could you die?" But yeah, unfortunately, he did die. So yeah, now the feast is announced, and I see this guy right here who is a pyro, but he actually lights himself on fire, and I also hit him with a poison pot. So he's taking fire damage and poison damage, and of course me just whacking him with my iron sword. And there's this witch right here giving me slowness effect, so I can't really chase after this guy if he decided to run. And now I'm poisoned too. He's still poisoned. The witch is throwing insta damage potions now. But yeah, this guy didn't have too much armor, so I felt pretty confident in the fight. And the witch throws another instant damage and helps me get the kill on this guy. And then I go apeshit crazy on this witch and just give her the combo. And she's dead right there. She actually gives me a insta health potion, which I thought was pretty funny. Not very useful, but you know, it's whatever. So yeah, now I make it to the feast. And I'm feeling pretty confident. I have quite a few kills. I have enchants. I have full iron. But for some reason it would not let me pillar up any higher. So I had to use my water bucket. Get a bit of a lag spike there. I make it onto the feast, but it's already started. And there are a ton of people here. So I just try to go through chests. I find a diamond chest plate in that one. And look, there is the rest of the full diamond set. This guy tries to get me away from the chest. And they actually get me down to 1 heart from an insta damage potion. And I decide to just get out of dodge because I just managed to get full diamond and live with a heart. Things like that always happen to me. I don't know why, but honestly, instant damage potions can be quite OP. Personally, I think they should be removed from the feast, just like strength potions were. Double instant damage is just an insta kill basically. Unless you're me, it seems to always fail, but for most people anyway. So yeah, I get full diamond armor. Since I already had enchants, I wasn't in a super rush to get back to the feast. So there's this team of 2 here. I give one of them poison effect, and he starts to run away. But then his friend comes in, tries to fight, and I give him the combo until he hits me with a slowness potion, rather. And yeah, they just keep rotating in and out, trying to refill because, I mean, easy team's easy. Just kidding. Yeah, but I tried to turn that guy's lava into obsidian there, but for some reason it didn't work. He has fire, and it's really annoying. I try to get this guy in lava, and I finally do, even though he was glitching out a lot, and he was kangaroo, and I take him out right there, giving him the crit combo. Even though I think crits are broken right now, it may have not been the best thing to do. And there's this Kanga right here, so it was a team of Kangas, I'm pretty sure, and he's just freaking comboing me right into this tree here, and I just really fail on the souping part. I think I souped when I had 1 heart down there. I was just freaking out, didn't want to die in this game. And yeah, he gets me on fire again, so I switch back to my water bucket. I go back in for the fight. This guy combos him and gets the kill. He gets the kill on the Stomper there, actually. So this is the other guy on the team, and I try chasing after him. He lights me on fire, but trusty water bucket never fails. Probably one of my favorite items in the game to carry around with me is just a water bucket. And I give this guy the combo down the hill. He sets me on fire, but there is no escape, and I kill him right there. So yeah, at this point, I think I've killed everybody that has gone to the feast, or at least they've all died, so all the feast loot is now mine. And I look up for a Stomper check because they always seem to be there at the worst times. So yeah, there's a tower right above the feast, and this is actually the same guy who had the diamond sword from earlier that ended up stomping Mike. Him and his Ender Mage compadre. And they actually give me a hard time in this game. I was trying to get them out of this tower for probably a good 20 minutes. Not gonna lie. And I go into a chest just to try to collect my stake again. And he stomps. I crouch at the last second. I shoot him with an arrow just because I can. And I was giving him a combo here, and I really thought he was about to die, but apparently he was just lagging, and he knocks me into the lava. So yeah, I was gonna go back into fight, but of course he runs away because that's what towers do. And I tell him to run because he's a little boy. I have nothing against towers. I just think they're freaking dumb. I'm just kidding. To an extent. I don't know. Some towers just exploit kits too much. Personally, I think towers are good in certain situations, but I actually get a elite snipe onto that guy right here, and I MLG down to try to fight him. But of course, I accidentally hit the Stomper, not the Ender Mage, so he actually lived the fall. If only I had killed the Ender Mage there, this game would have been probably 20 minutes shorter. So again, I try to pillar up, and I try to shoot this guy off. I miss. He was the Stomper, so I actually did not want to try to target him, but I actually wanted to hit the Ender Mage here. And right there, I get another elite snipe, and he falls to his death, or so I thought, but he actually MLG waters down, and I fail my MLG water. So yeah, now I want to chase this guy because he's the Ender Mage, and without an Ender Mage, Stompers are pretty much useless for the most part, or at least against people with armor. So I'm chasing this guy, but I actually can't see him anymore, so I have to pull out my compass and manually track him because that's really annoying. So yeah, he runs back here, and I'm kind of like, oh no, you are not getting away this time. If you get back to your tower, I swear. But I actually make a really big mistake right here, and that is not chasing him immediately. I figured for some reason he would want to fight me, but that's obviously not the case since I have full diamond armor. And I stopped to eat a steak when I have 1 hunger dent. I don't know what I was thinking here, but yeah, rookie mistake. Right there, I could have really just tried to kill him, and right here I miss a few bow shots on the Ender Mage trying to tower back up. And then while I'm trying to shoot him, the Stomper, of course, stomps down because teaming's too strong, you know, and me and him are trying to fight. And right here I try to get the double insta-damage potion. I hit both of them, but it doesn't kill him, like I was saying, my luck. And now I'm just trying to bow shot this Ender Mage out because he's freaking annoying, but it doesn't happen. So yeah, I try to shoot these guys off because I just want to fight, have a fair fight, you know. I'd rather they 2v1 me in a fight than have this stupid tower game going on. They're just wasting my time, really. So yeah, about 20 minutes later, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to get blocks. I'm just going to flood under their tower, and I'm just going to YOLO it. So their Stomper was kind of baiting me there. The Ender Mage actually maged me into, looks like a drowning trap. I'm not really sure what he was planning on doing, but I just break the block below me. And yeah, he takes the source block, and he starts dropping TNT like a madman right here. Drops 1, he drops 2, and he starts dropping like 50 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, I don't even know, man. He was just dropping TNT. I just tell him nice because I think 1 out of all of them hit me. It was a funny attempt, but I mean, come on, man. You gotta try something better than that. So I go and collect some more blocks because I just want to get this tower over with. It's like torturing me right now. I would rather just lose than keep trying to get this tower at this point. So yeah, we're about 59 minutes in right here. And he actually ends up stomping me right there. Sorry about that mini pause. I'm trying to pillar up to him, and I'm cautious because I feel like he's going to stomp. So I'm just trying to pillar up. He's slowing me down a lot, though. And as soon as I try to pillar up again, I thought he stomped, but we actually get teleported to the feast. Or not the feast, sorry, the pit. And this guy starts pillaring up, and at this point I was so mad with this guy. I was like, you are not getting away this time. I'm totally going to knock you off. And he gets away by a couple blocks. And his stupid Stomper friend, just the biggest asshole on the planet, still down at the feast. And yep, he gets maged up. There is a surprise. So yeah, I call him some mean words. Guy mages me up, almost fall to my death. Then again, I do have 5 seconds of invincibility, but I wasn't sure how long 5 seconds in HG time actually lasts, so I MLG water for style points. So yeah, eventually, I'm just waiting for them to make their move, because I know if the time runs out and they don't kill me, I will win by default since I have more kills. But the other guy that's in the game stomps down and almost gets me down, but I mean, full diamond armor, when you're just a regular Stomper, does not usually kill in one shot unless you're maybe at like 200 in the air. So yeah, near the end of the game, I try this smart tactic, or so I think is smart. I try to dig up from under the feast, or the pit. I keep calling the feast, goddammit. I dig a couple to the side into the pit wall, and then I start pillaring up through the ground, trying to get some desperate amazing kill at the end here or something, because the guy in the game, the Stomper, told me he had 9 kills. I mean, I didn't really believe him, but I was just trying to secure another kill under my belt to see if I could actually beat 9 kills, even though I went to. So I sneak up behind the Ender Mage. Stomper's down in the pit. He falls to his death, and since it reaches 60 minutes, pro player also dies from fall damage. It says at least parkour wasn't easy for him, apparently. And yeah, he dies because I had more kills than him, and I win the game against that tower. So, yeah, guys, that tower was really annoying. I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. I finally posted a gameplay where I actually end up winning. Might not be, like, the best gameplay of all time, but it's whatever. I want to thank you guys all for watching. I'll see you guys next time.